ekranima upravo možete da vidite i grafiku iz televizijskog prenosa. Možete da vidite kako izgleda i žreb za sezonu 2018. u svetskoj grupi Davis Kupa. Naravno, meč koji se igra ovde u Nišu pred vama jeste meč prvog kola. Sada vidite i sastave koje su kapiteni timova prijavili za mečeve prvog dana u singlu, drugog dana u dublu i u nedelju za singl. Naravno, prema pravilima Davis Kupa, kapiteni imaju pravo da promene nominovane igrače do sat vremena pre početka meča, odnosno u nedelju, kada je drugi meč dana u pitanju, 10 minuta po završetku prvog meča koji se igra u nedelju, u kojem se sastaju dvojica prvo nominovanih igrača obe reprezentacije, Sam Querrey i Dušan Lajović. Dame i gospodo, još jednom dobar dan i dobrodošli u Niški čaj na prvi dan susreta prvog kola svetske grupe Davis Kupa by BNP Paribas između Srbije i Sjedinjenih Američkih Država. Još jednom pozivam sve koji se nalaze u hodnicima da polako zauzmu što pre svoje mesta, jer ćemo vam uskoro predstaviti glavna trenerova susreta na svečanoj.
That would be the match they identified to win, wouldn't it, today?
Yeah, I think so. Gerard, with very little experience at this level of Davis Cup, I know he played last year, pretty straightforward. Songa beating him there in the semi-finals, but yeah, Lajović has a little bit more experience. He's been on the tour for a number of years now. The fact that he has beaten Isner before, and it's on clay, a surface that he doesn't mind at all. Lajović, one of his favoured surfaces.
The officials.
Momci i devojke koji sada izlaze na teren, najbolji su linijske sudije u Srbiji. Pozdravite njih.
Orchids. Always a proud weekend for them.
O regularnosti meča u naredna 3 dana brigu će voditi sudijski trio. Molim vas da pozdravite vrhovnog sudiju Wayna McEwana iz Australije.
The referee for the weekend, the Australian Wayne McEwan. Of course, the referee at the Australian Open, so no rest for Wayne. Two umpires for the weekend. James Kiyokavong from Great Britain and Renaud Lichtenstein from France.
Dame i gospodo, spremite se sada da pozdravite i glavne aktere ovog susreta. Gosti u Nišu, reprezentacija Sjedinjenih Američkih Država. Kapiten Jim Courier.
And the Americans, led by captain Jim Courier.
Steve Johnson.
Johnson, who will play the doubles with Ryan Harrison. In terms of the Americans, it's Ryan Harrison who's actually the form player so far in 2018.
Yeah, he's been playing well for a while now. Last year, a good year for him. Obviously, clay not his favourite surface, but put in the hard yards last year, played a full-on clay court schedule. Credit to him. Actually got his reward right at the end and won the French Open in doubles, so no surprise that he's playing the doubles this weekend, winning his first Grand Slam in doubles with Michael Venus, of course.
And the American number one, Sam Querrey.
Uskoro ćete čuti taktove poznate melodije na koju reprezentativci Srbije uvek izlaze na teren. Dame i gospodo, domaćini ovde u Nišu, Davis Cup reprezentacija Srbije, kapiten Nenad Zimonjić.
And Nenad Zimonjić, last year he was the playing captain, played 3 doubles this year, well certainly this week not playing. 74 matches he's played in Davis Cup, first played in 1995. In the Serbian team, an inexperienced team. And certainly a chance for someone to hit the headlines. Laszlo Djere will open proceedings against Sam Querrey in a few minutes. There is their #1 player, Dusan Lajovic, as Arvin said, a very good clay court player.
Dame i gospodo, sada vas molim da ustanete, jer ćemo čuti himne učesnika ovog susreta. Himne će otpevati vokalna grupa Konstantin. Prvo ćemo čuti himnu Sjedinjenih Američkih Država. Dame i gospodo, sada ćemo čuti i nadam se svi zajedno otpevati himnu Srbije.
It doesn't matter whether it's your first time or whether you have represented your country for over a decade. It's always a proud moment to hear your national anthem represent your country. commence in around about 5 minutes' time. Interesting quotes from Laszlo Gera coming into the tie. He said, quote, "I am suffering a bit from stage fright." So hopefully Nenad Zimonjic has worked his miracles,
yes,
to try and convince him that it is possible. And it is possible because Querrey is not the same player that he was 6 months ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, whenever you're the underdog, I think on paper, of course, Querrey's going to be the favourite. He hasn't really played that well since the US Open, so he's not going to be full of confidence. And his Davis Cup record in the last few years has been a little bit of a struggle. Just reading through the notes, 2014, since the last live singles match that he was able to win. So that was a bit of a surprise. So it's got to work in your favour if you're the Serbian player. And Zimonjic has got to give him that belief. He's got to convince him that, you know what, this is doable. You're not expected to win this match, so you can free up the shoulders. And you know, these sort of matches are so important that you get off to a good start. Just gives you a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief as well. He's got to take confidence in the fact that he had a great 2017. He's raised up the rankings. He's playing well, good on the clay. So why not? He's going to have the home support as well. Hopefully he gets nice and full in here as this match nearly starts, and they get loud and they can push him along. But I do think the start is crucial. When you are a little bit nervous, you do need to hold your own serve, and then you can pass some of that pressure over to the other side of the court, because Querrey's expecting to win this match. He's going to be feeling the pressure that, you know, that Isner Lajovic match is no given there, so he needs to get them off to the best possible start.
And Nenad Zimonjic said, coming into the tie, the Americans are the odds-on favourites, but I'm confident that we have enough quality in our ranks to upset them. And certainly when you look at the rankings, it's a mismatch. But of course, you can never ever go with the form guy. What's on the paper in Davis Cup? Querrey at 12, Isner at 18. Compare that to the two singles players for Serbia, Lajovic at 84, Gera at 88. Surprising though, Arvin, that Serbia have not had any real success on the clay. They're looking to record its first win on clay since 2013, which certainly was a surprise for me.
Yeah, you would think the likes of Djokovic and of course Viktor Troicki as well, like the clay as well, but good hard court players, or good all court players, I guess. So, you know, not always the given choice of surface being indoor clay. Sometimes you know, teams like to play to the weakness of their opponents. Some of the matches you might feel, okay, let's play to our strengths, or do we play better on? You know, but they obviously felt this week, certainly against this weekend, should I say, against the Americans, not a favourite surface, the clay. So it's play to their weakness somewhat, and our guys playing this weekend are good on the clay, so why not?
Should we reveal the whole truth, though, behind that stat? They have only actually played 3 times since then.
Exactly.
It's not as if it's 33 times.
Yeah. Don't always get the choice to play on clay. See the home and away ties, you play away. It's a choice of their ground, their surface.
Total of 133 nations in the Davis Cup this year. So the opening singles match, the number 2 Serbian Laszlo Gera against the #1 American, Sam Querrey. Population of about 200,000 people in Nice. The 22-year-old, as we said, world ranking currently 88, was at his career high of 85 a couple of weeks ago. Just the one appearance in Davis Cup. That was in the semi-finals last year when he lost to Tsonga in straight sets. Sam Querrey, the 30-year-old who had such a wonderful 2017 before it really petered out after the US Open, Arvin.
Yeah, really surprised at it actually, because he was putting together such a consistent year with great results. Of course, the result of Wimbledon was a standout there, beating Andy Murray, losing in the semi-finals eventually, and did pretty well afterwards. But since the US Open, it has been a bit of a struggle. It just shows you start losing a few matches that you feel like you should win. The confidence just takes a little bit of a knock. You start getting a little bit tired as well. You know, and towards the end of the year, get a bit tired. The results start to suffer, so he needs to pick that back up. Hasn't been a fantastic start to 2018, but something like Davis Cup, you know, that can really relight the fire, get the juices flowing once again.
Yeah, since the US Open, he's won 3 and lost 6 matches. Querrey, so far, 2018, a win at the Australian Open, and then lost in the second round to the Hungarian Fucsovics, who certainly impressed many.
Yeah, surprise package. Great run that he put together at the Australian Open. It was a good 2017 for him as well, young player.
Not only is he inexperienced in Davis Cup, he's also inexperienced against top 20 players. He never played one. Gerard.
Yeah, I mean, last year he was still playing futures. I mean, that's the lowest level of professional tennis. Got himself through that level, and then he was playing challengers. Very consistent year at challengers, and that's where the majority of his wins came, but did well on the main tour as well, won matches there. So, you know, he's done it the hard way, the right way, many would say. He's earned his spot in the world's top 100. It's a year now for him where he can look to build once again. He can build a nice little schedule around his ranking, guaranteed main draw and all the Grand Slams. So put together a nice little schedule and look to improve the game. Still so young, so a lot of years ahead of him. This is just another test for him, one I'm sure that he'll enjoy once he gets going here.
Just 8 wins and 10 losses on the main tour for Gerard, but as you said, Armin has become a very good challenger player. Final of the challenger at the end of last year, and it probably, you would expect, be easier for him to make the adjustment from hard to clay.
Yeah, I think so. Someone who's more of a natural on the clay. I mean, Querrey, not his favourite surface, but he is dangerous. I mean, he has won a tournament on the clay, Belgrade, actually, a number of years ago. So yeah, he's dangerous, you know, with his game style, big serve that he can slap down. He's got a big forehand as well. So if he catches fire, he's tough to live with. He's the type of player that can take the racket out of your hand. But you imagine Gerard a little bit more experienced as far as wanting to play on the clay a little bit more, practicing as a young player on this surface. So he's got to use that experience that he has gained over his short career to his advantage. You're looking to outmaneuver someone like Sam Querrey, because many returns back into the court, build his rallies. That building phase of his game today, you would imagine, is going to be very important on a slow clay court, as we can see. Get off to that good start.
So we're all set. The first rubber. Serbia